Hey, what's going on?
I'm pretty good. What about you?
I'm doing alright. Can't really complain.
Been dead lazy this week.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, I can't do anything. Just don't have any energy or anything to do anything.
That sucks.
Bit lazy. Yeah. Well, it's not doesn't suck really. It's quite nice.
I wish that's true. I wish sometimes that I could just take a day and like lay in bed and do nothing. You know what my problem is I had real bad chronic Lyme disease when I was a kid. So I sort of equate laying in bed doing nothing and being lazy with being sick. And when you have to do that for months at a time as a child, it makes you sort of like never want to do it again. So I have a hard time relaxing and being lazy. Sounds nice though,
Yeah.
but
I'm like the complete opposite. Like I can stay in bed for weeks and days and end. I love it. People go, "You're depressed. You need to get out of bed." It's like, no, I'm quite enjoying it. Thank you very much.
so what's all the news? I see Britain's a fucking hellhole as usual.
Britain's a police state. I'll get onto Britain in a bit. I don't know where to start. I'm just going to throw these out at you because we've just. It's been a while. I think last time we were on was with Brett, which
Yeah,
is a great show.
yeah,
So I'm going to go from there. I'm going to go backwards. Should we go backwards? Let's do the most recent shit first. The first thing I want to hit is Corey Feldman.
yeah.
So he says that he's going to come out, and then he got arrested, and now he's just put a video out now saying it's back on track and it's going to get a legal team, it's going to get a security team. His band have left him because they're scared for their life. And he's nearly been killed a couple of times. And this is what I mean, this Weinstein thing, where you've got this hashtag Me Too.
Yeah.
Like, call me harsh. Fuck these bitches, man. Fuck those bitches. This is like, let's look at the kids, the children.
Well, I forget whether it was Andrew Clavin or Ben Shapiro that was talking about it, but they said the problem with this, and I think you had mentioned this on the podcast we did with Brett, is they said if sex is no longer something that's, intimate and meant for relationships and people should just be fucking freely and it's all just transactional, then what's the problem here? Like, you can't have this sexual liberation view and then try to say, oh, a little unwanted grab or him fucking jerking off into a potted plant is the end of the world. Especially not when they're getting movie roles for it and everything like that. Like, it is a transactional thing. Now, they want to focus on, oh, well, it's the power dynamics and this, and that. But you've had plenty of girls come out and say, I said no to him and I still got the movie. I mean, it's...
It goes back to turning men into just complete cucks. Because it's going to spread. They're going to go, the hashtag Me Too. I was harassed at work. A man asked me out for a drink.
Yeah.
I was harassed. And it's just going to terrify men to not want to approach women. It's just going to spread and spread and spread. And it's going to be, like you said, the sexual assault is going to be based on new feminism standards, not what harassment actually is and what rape actually is.
Yeah.
And it's pretty bad. And yeah, we've got in Breitbart today, men are taking classes to unlearn toxic masculinity. So you're just gonna, just like I want to write a letter to all men out there, stop being virtue signaling cucks.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, now they're kind of saying that I forget who tweeted it originally. It might have been Patton Oswalt, actually, who said that the male feminist ally is now basically like in the 90s when you had Republicans that would really bash people being gay and then you find out they actually are gay themselves. That's what's going on here, where you have all these male cuck feminist journalists being like, oh yeah, I support all the feminists, and then everyone's coming out being like, yeah, but you raped me and groped me, hashtag me too. Like, they're now just eating their own.
Yeah, and with the other thing, which is kind of related, is can you bring up that picture of that drag queen demon, that one that's teaching the kids at the Obama library?
Yeah.
So it's not as if you're going to be attacked when you're an adult. You're going to get hit completely hard when you're a kid. And can you bring that photo? I mean, what the hell's going on with this drag queen demon teaching kids at the Obama library? You've seen that, right?
Yep.
Which is-
I mean, and that's, I don't know. It's so crazy. And you know, the one thing I've been meaning to write a full article on it because you know, from DJing and stuff, I have lots of friends in the local gay community, and there's a split in sort of like gay politics where you have half of them who support this, oh yeah, you know, send the fucking drag queen out to read the books, and they think it's just wonderful and splendid, but they're like socialists who want the whole world to burn. And then you have everyone who's reasonable, who's like, what the fuck? Like, why is California wanting to arrest people over pronouns? Like, I don't support this. Like, half of the gays in the country don't support LGBTQAI politics. And it's just, now they see it where it's been used to balkanize them. They're in a closet, basically. They got thrown in the tranny closet. Where now it's like they have to support things they don't support, or they will be excised from the quote unquote community.
Yeah, it's like what we see at the protests when they sign people up. You're gonna fall into a box.
Yeah.
Everyone has to fit into this little tiny box. We gotta run through quick.
Speaking of which, hold on, that just reminded me real quick. Sarah Silverman has this new show on Hulu. I'll probably do a video on it in itself, but even just in the trailer video, she's singing, I love Jews, I love white people, I love black people, I love indigenous people, I love America, I love this group, I love that group. And then she stops and she's like, what am I doing? I'm putting people into little boxes. I'm part of the problem. I'm, you know, dividing everyone, this, and that. And then it just immediately goes to her going to a black woman being like, how can I be a better ally? How can I help people? And the woman's like, it's not my job.
Stop being a cunt.
It's not my job to teach you. I don't represent all black people. I just represent me. Go take a class or something. And it's just like, you know, one second you're saying, I shouldn't do this, this is bad. Then the next second you're doing it. There was even a part where, for one of the segments, she's like, I'm going to have dinner with a family that voted for Trump. And she's like asking them questions. She's like, what kind of health care do you guys have? And they're all like, oh, we have government health care. And she's like, but you voted Trump. He wants to get rid of it. And it's like she doesn't get it. Everyone was forced to get this. If you don't get it, you'll have to pay the government. Like, it's not a gotcha. It's not a gotcha.
It's corporate fascism.
Yeah.
The Americans are being forced to pay a tax. They have
to a private business.
To a private business, which is an insurance company.
Yeah, and that's the...
I don't understand how you can make it any more simple.
But liberals, they did this with Tomi Lahren, too, when she admitted because of Obamacare, she's still covered under her parents. They act like because you were following the law that they got you with some sort of like, oh, well, you're a hypocrite because you don't like Obamacare, but you have it. And it's like, no, I have to. The government is forcing me to, and that's what I don't like about it. Then there was also a part where Sarah Silverman's asking the family, what's your thoughts on gay marriage? And they're like,
yeah, and we're still calling it free healthcare. It's not.
I know.
Free.
I know. But then
spoiler alert, guys, it's not free.
Then she's asking the family about gay marriage, and they're all like, oh, we don't care, you know, live and let live, let them do their own thing, this, and that. And then she turns around and says, well, I hate to tell you guys, but you're liberals. And it's like, no, Sarah, you have no idea. You have a straw man idea of conservatism, and because these guys don't fit your evil villain you've imagined, you think they're liberals. No, the reality is, these villains you've imagined don't exist. And the funnier part, though, is there's overdubs throughout all of this, where it's like, you know, we can have our differences, and we can still sit down and eat together, and we can still get along, even though we disagree on issues. And all I can think is, I'm like, this is her trying to tell her liberal audience, hey, we can still be decent human beings. Like, everyone on the right side of the aisle knows this, because most of us used to be liberals and have just seen how it's so warped and it gets worse and worse. But it's really, I mean, it's a fucking awful show, and I watched it for no other reason than to just give the commentary. So I hope you all enjoy that. That's a half hour of my life I'll never get back. All right.
Well, we get the same in England as well, because I was around my mate's house the other night, and he's got some Indian guy that keeps going around there, and he doesn't like the way I talk about Islam. Like, he doesn't like it. He started this massive debate with me. once I started questioning him, he is okay of the idea of throwing gays off roofs.
Yeah.
And then my friends were like, I'm the one that's making it awkward. I should be the one that shuts up because it's just a difference of opinion. Why you bring it in? It's like, this isn't a difference of an opinion.
Yeah.
This is someone that wants Sharia law and he wants to be able to throw gays off roofs. And you're comfortable with that.
Yeah.
With being friendly with someone like that. It's like, you do need to draw your line somewhere. And they're like, no, let's just respect our differences. It's like, no.
Yeah. You know what
what? And the other thing is, this little shit, he goes drinking, he smokes weed, he listens to music. So it's like, just, it's only stuff where he gets to kill people that is up for it.
Yeah.
And then you start having a debate of, it's like, oh, Islam's so peaceful. And it's like, what does Islam mean? Bearing in mind, his last name is Islam too. Don't even know, he can't even give me a definition for it. And it's like, I'm the problem, I'm the dick. And then what's the other thing he was going on about? Yeah, he caught, I lost my train now. But the thing is like, everyone would defend it. It's like, I'm the problem for bringing it
pointing
up.
out the obvious. Yeah, and that's even the thing. Like, I see people all the time post articles.
Oh yeah, I said to him, if Islam's good and it's a good religion, it's not a political ideology, what's the punishment for leaving? And he said, well, it's death.
Oh yeah, that's just
like,
an idea.
He's saying this.
Yeah.
The thing is this. I need to explain it more. This is the most moderate Islamist you'll find in England. He goes out drinking, he goes out smoking, listens to pop music, listens to pop videos, into gangster rap. Looks westernized. I thought he was westernized. That's why I had this conversation with him. So I thought, oh, he must be westernized.
There might be someone a bit reasonable, yeah.
Some middle ground. He was like, no, throw gays or build. You can't have gay people around.
And
then my friends,
and
you could see the look of horror on their face. But it was only me who would speak.
Yeah.
And say, you're a disgusting piece of shit if you think that.
And
I want to beat the fuck out of you now.
For some reason,
I want to deal with you.
For some reason, I'm not surprised either when you go and you say the only parts he clings to are the very worst aspects of it, because like, I sort of see that with like black people in gangster culture, where I mean, it used to be like when you're talking like gangster culture, like Frank Lucas, the Italian mob, and I mean, I've told you before, I dated the granddaughter of one of like the top Italian mob crime lords in the country at a point in time. The family owns shipping ports and all sorts of stuff, but the mob and all that had a code of ethics. They had a code of conduct. You didn't.
Yeah, no children.
No children. Kids, no. None of that and everything like that. But in the modern, black gangster culture, you don't have that. You just have all of the worst aspects that got carried through instead of the morals and the discipline aspect. And that's what I see going on here with the Islam stuff. The
other thing that I asked him, I said, was Muhammad the greatest slave owner probably on the planet? He was like, he didn't have any slaves at all.
Oh man.
It's like, oh my god. It's like, and I goes, and then he had to like, once I started throwing evidence at him that, Islam's responsible for most of the slave trade. Not saying that the Western didn't play their part in it, but 80% of it, all Islamic. He was like, doesn't count with Muhammad. He was so great that the people loved him. His slaves loved him. They wanted to be there. It's like, well, that's not a definition of a fucking slave, is it? That's a follower.
Yeah.
You've confused. I mean, what planet are you on? So you're okay throwing gays of buildings. You're okay of having slaves. You want Sharia law, yet you go out, drink and smoke weed, listen to music. Well, forget that bit. I mean, what's next? You want to put burqas on women's heads? And then all my friends going, why are you being so harsh, Paul?
You know what's funny is...
It's like, am I just like in a fucking Twilight Zone? It's offensive me bringing it up, but having the ideology. So basically what he's saying...
Well, ignorance is bliss. Ignorance is bliss.
In his community, if they were planning to kill some gay people at a gay event, he probably wouldn't say anything.
Yeah.
He wouldn't report it.
No, he would just let it go on.
Which brings me to this headline. Britain has more ISIS fanatics on the loose than any country in Europe.
Yeah.
And this is someone like this guy. Should I send? Should we troll him and put his Facebook profile out, or is that too harsh?
I don't know. That might be a little much. That would give a reason for the video to get taken down. So let's not. We gotta play nice with YouTube.
Yeah, but you gotta think, if we've got extremists, let's look at the other scale where it's moderate. How moderate is it exactly?
Yeah. But no, I don't consider that moderate at all. And actually, you know...
And I see it in the office as well, like when we have Islamists starting, they're like, Paul, don't start anything, Paul, don't go there, don't go there. And it's like, we have to.
Yeah.
Because
otherwise people are gonna...
That moderate is not fucking moderate.
Yeah, not at all.
I want to punch something. Yeah, I'm pissed off now.
I know even...
You have to live here, Jamie.
I know. I feel bad for you when I see this shit. You and Jack, I'm like, I worry about you guys all the time lately. It's not fun. But
I'm going to get arrested for it as well, because we got all these algorithms
saying something online.
Now,
yeah.
If you say the wrong thing, or you put a tweet out, you're going to get a knock on the door. But if someone plans to like shoot something up like a Draw Muhammad contest, they're not going to do anything.
And
they're going to let that happen.
Speaking of Draw Muhammad contest, there's a really good interview Milo did with Pamela Geller. That woman, she is a hero.
I love Pamela
She
Geller.
is a hero.
Yeah, well, she was saying that if it wasn't for that Draw Muhammad contest, they were going to shoot up the NFL.
Yeah. I can't wait to read her book. I've never been excited for a book before.
Yeah,
but...
and the way they put the story across, when you've got the Draw Muhammad contest, it's like 2 people died at Draw Muhammad contest. It's like, no. The 2 ISIS members died, and people with guns saved the fucking day. It should have been the American story, the American legendary story. The Second Amendment protects Americans from an Islamic shootout. But no, it's Draw Muhammad contest caused offence, 2 people die. So, give me a fucking break. Germany, 4 found riots in terrorism-related cases. I'm going to skip straight onto this one. In the last 12 days or so, we've had about 7 or 10 attacks in Sweden. We've had police stations blown up. We've had grenades chucked at bars. We've had a car blow up. We've had another grenade thrown. It's like 10 days, 7 bombing attacks. It's like, Paul, it's you're the problem. Why don't you just accept it? You've just got a different opinion to them.
Yeah, but it's not a matter of differing opinions when the one opinion is offensively, like violent and wanting like
throwing gays off roofs
is a difference of opinion. Yeah,
freedom of speech.
No, it's not.
Protected.
Well, and I was going to say before, it always bothers me when I see articles from people posting being like there was a gay man who's like a pop singer or something, and I forget whether he got killed or what, but in Chechnya or something, and everyone's like, oh, Russia's so homophobic, and it's like, no, Chechnya is a Muslim-controlled area. Like, it's Sharia. Yeah. This is not Russia, this is Muslims doing this.
Yeah, and that's why Putin's so worried about it, because it's right on this.
And you even had one where, again, people were trying to blame this on Putin, and I said, the person got attacked in Chechnya and moved to Moscow for safety. I said, so they moved closer to Putin, and yet you're trying to pin it on him? No, that's not how this works.
We only had 2 journalists cover this. I think one was from the Daily Mail, and the other one's obviously Tommy Robinson in Sheffield. He went up to Sheffield. You've got the largest rape crime in UK history, the whole of UK history, the largest rape crime. I guess if you take Seville out of it. You've got a group of 12 Asian men that have appeared in court accused of 45 sex abuses on 8 children over 5 years.
Wow, you guys are
no,
you're trying to
journalists covered that.
You're trying to dethrone Sweden for the rape capital. You guys are really trying for it. I just see this.
That's a badge of honor in it in Europe to be getting that.
I see on Drudge Report you have a black guy, man makes anti-white remark, throws liquid in a 13-year-old girl's face. So I mean, it looks like we're even having acid attacks over here, because it talks about how her eyes were burning and she had to go to the hospital afterwards. I mean, yeah. I don't know what the hell is wrong with people.
It gets better in Belgium. A sex education website in Belgium is basically teaching 7-year-olds how to do oral sex.
Oh my god. You know what's funny?
Oh, it's hilarious.
No, I was going to say, as far as all the gender ideology and all that stuff, I work with a girl who, she goes to a insane liberal arts college. She's the daughter of two scientists slash doctors. And even yesterday, she's telling me, she's like, these people don't get it. Like, they badmouth motherhood and stay-at-home wives. She's like, I thought women's liberation was about choice. She said, and now they're ridiculing women over their choices. She said, and they think that there is no innate biological gender differences. She's like, these people are trying to convince themselves of something other than reality. She's like, and I just have to sit here biting my tongue because I know from my parents, like, there's science. Like, this is science, and they just don't want to hear it. I mean, it must be so hard for her to be, like, surrounded by these people and to know how wrong they are about everything.
Well, I mean, you're about the same age as what I am, the same kind of generation. Well, we're the same generation. Like, when I was a kid, do you remember when you was like 5 or 12, and you go to your mum and go, right, want to get my ears pierced? And they'd be like, oh, you fuck, getting your ears pierced. Well, in England, 50 kids a week are sent to sex change clinics.
Yeah, I saw that.
So it's like, Mum, can I have an earring? No. Mum, can I cut my penis off? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's like, oh, get me out of here. It's like no one can see it, Jamie. The only friends I've got think that I'm the problem for bringing it up.
And I just want to know, I mean, the other thing that bothers me is I saw Ben Shapiro try to talk to people about it, where he was like, yeah, it is a mental illness. And even the CBS thing, they had to go in and try to spin it and be like, well, gender dysphoria is that, but it's not really that, and it's not really it. And then, of course, the person's like, well, the only reason they're depressed is because you don't accept them. And it's like, no, fucking people, like, transgenders have a suicide rate comparable to Jews during the Holocaust. Like, there's no way that's just...
No, don't give me that. That's my heritage. They didn't commit suicide at that rate. A lot of them would have fought. I don't believe that many Jews in the Holocaust committed suicide.
I don't think they did either, but think of it like this, though. There's not that many transgenders in the first place, so it might be. It makes sense if you keep in mind that it's small numbers in the first place. But it still is like, it's people don't kill themselves because some random stranger doesn't accept them. And if you do, you have deeper problems than the fact that you think you're supposed to be a man or a woman. Like, it's just, I don't know, and it's just so dangerous. I mean, I really wonder, when these 50 kids a week are all having crises and everything like that, who are we going to be able to hold accountable? And that's the other problem. Anyone who tries to speak out against it, they try to blacklist and ridicule and just, dismiss them. But it's like, I mean, I think of how many, I was thinking about it last night, the amount of tattoos I have that I just think, if I wish I didn't have half of them. It's not like I care that much, but when you're 18, you still aren't mentally mature enough in most cases to be making lifelong, life-altering decisions, let alone removing your genitals and stuff like that. Like, I don't even think it should be allowed.
These are 5-year-olds, so it's like 50 a week. But don't worry, this is from the RT News. MI5 chief says diverse Islamist, diverse in inverted commas. MI5 chief says diverse Islamist threat to UK, growing at previously unseen scale and pace. 500 live operations currently monitor 3,000 potential suspects out of another 20,000 people connected to terrorism. That's a fucking army of them.
Yeah.
And all we hear in English, we got to stop hate speech. Like, what is hate speech? Oh shit, that's me.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking about it yesterday where I was like, they're arresting all these people. I'm surprised Paul Joseph Watson is still allowed near a computer.
Right. This one we should have covered in more detail. That we had the George Soros transfers 18 billion to his Open Border Foundation, and that is the funding of Black Lives Matter. And we've got all this coming up for the 4th of November, where we're actually getting the training videos. And
yeah, I saw some that I saw. There's even a thing in upstate New York. I don't know if it's around me or what, but where they're doing arms training for Antifa and fighting training and all sorts of stuff. I don't know who they're planning on using it against, but
I've got an idea.
I mean, unless if they're, I mean, they would end up just assassinating people, basically. Like, I don't know. Like, I was thinking about, their whole thing on the 4th, like, Martina posted about it, and my response was just like, conservatives are going to be at work. Like, we have jobs. We contribute to society. And it's funny, someone responded to that saying, what, you think only Republicans pay taxes? And I said, no, but I don't think anarchists who are trying to overthrow the system pay taxes. You're not going to be trying to overthrow the system that's providing for you, obviously.
Yeah, and talking about that, you're seeing the same kind of thing going on in Egypt, where you have midnight raids on based on chat room traps. So they were setting up.
I saw that, yeah.
And then, yeah.
Yeah, it's getting crazy, and it's so
quickly.
Yeah, and it's so amazing though that the group that's being targeted is one of the left's little pet groups, and they're going to end up losing them. I mean, I think that's the good part about it. Like, if Pulse nightclub didn't do it, all this other shit should.
So I look at the time. How are we doing? We're doing all right.
Yeah.
The Malta car bomb, I thought that was fascinating, that you had this woman who was exposing the John Podesta links to Russia, and that journalist who was doing it ended up getting her car blown up in Malta.
I didn't hear about that.
Do you want me to send it to you?
Yeah, sure.
So they've taken it down. Guardian taking that news story down. Just type in the Malta car bomb kills Panama Papers journalist, and that should come up. And whilst you do it, I'll find the next topic.
I see.
But I thought you'd like that, because that's always like I always get my parents. The Clintons never killed anyone. It's like they just did last week.
Yeah. Yep, I see it here.
AlphaGo's AI upgrade gets around the need for human input. So this newscientist.com have got AlphaGo's AI upgrade gets around the need for human input. So AI computer can now program itself. And we've got a survey, millennials, Generation Z, adults prefer texting over talking in person.
That's so awful.
We've got 1 in 4 British couples. So when you're a couple, imagine you do finally find a girl and you become a couple, which is going to be, close to impossible. 1 in 4 of them sleep in separate bedrooms now. They can't tolerate each other.
That's so crazy. What's the point? That's what I say to that. Why?
No, I do that sometimes because, I just struggle to sleep.
Yeah.
It is solely because I really love sleeping, and then sometimes I find it difficult to sleep. And you do not want to sleep next to me, Jamie. I fidget like fuck.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think that fucking quarter of the country is having that problem. I think there's something else going on.
I think this was in Pittsburgh. Police teacher violently assaulted after school, hit with a brick to the face.
Oh man!
You see that?
You know what I was gonna? Because I bookmarked some of these. BBC ran an article recently on BBC 3. Pedophiles need help, not condemnation. I should know. So now
you've got to be kidding me.
That was actually February. Yeah, I'll send it to you.
That's a surprise from the BBC. It's not as if the BBC would have any paedophiles there.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you can make it legalised, then you can go through all the history and all the modern day that everything is run by paedophilia and kiddie fucking. Now it's legal, no one faces charges. What other choice have they got? Intoxicated United Airlines passenger peed on another passenger. Did you read that one?
No.
That's a good one. London's iconic Piccadilly Circus billboards to contain facial recognition cameras. And then that links to these Facebook algorithms. Where did you see that Palestinian wrote on his Facebook, "Have a nice day," and Facebook misinterpreted it. The translation was wrong, and it came out as "I'm gonna kill you," and then he got raided and arrested.
Wow.
So Facebook, he put up there, he's next to his digger saying "Have a nice day, everybody." Facebook translated it wrong. The algorithm was wrong for the translation, and it translated as "I'm going to kill you." So he got arrested by the cops. And that all links together, I think, where you've got the AI program in itself becoming an algorithm. You've got these facial recognition cameras. It's just going to turn into a living hell.
Yeah. And especially, you know, then you fucking factor in the telephones and all of that into it, and it's just super spy state.
Like, I was talking to Sandra, I was taking a piss out of Sandra, saying, I hate pork, don't drink pork, because that's the only alcohol she'll touch. Guess what I'm getting on Facebook now?
Ads for it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Massive sex scandal erupts and 5 Democrat leaders. Even liberals demand their resignation. So you've got, did you see this one?
No.
Let's get it up. It's in the New York Post. Hey, hang on. So this has come down. Oh, that's another article that's been taken down.
Wow.
Well, yeah, 5 Democrat leaders resigned over sex scandals. I would read it to you, but it's been taken down. 8-month-old baby recovered in Baton Rouge sex trafficking suite. Do you remember this one? There were 84 children and 120 trafficking suspects, and they got busted last week. And one of them was an they're all kids, and one of them was like an 18-month-old baby. I'll send it to you now. Check this one out. You must have seen it, that massive pedo bust.
Yeah, I did see the pedo bust.
Yeah, they were all little.
Yeah, fucking.
This is in England. This is under Westminster. Returning jihadis allowed back, not prosecuted, as they're not all dangerous. So our government is allowing ISIS.
I saw that they want to rehabilitate them.
Well, and like I say, whilst at the same time prosecuting British citizens that post mean Facebook posts. And going back to that thing before, 84 children rescued, 120 human traffickers arrested across the US, FBI says.
You know, it's funny. Let me read you this post I had hold on one second. Objectives. I had someone post this thing online where they said, you know, don't pay attention to all the headlines Trump is trying to make about the NFL, Puerto Rico, Harvey Weinstein, and everything. It's all just a smokescreen to try to hide what he's doing, and it gives a list of the things that he's doing. And one of them is like, they want vouchers for public education, which may end free public education as we know it. And it's like, no, that's just school choice. And so I go to these people and I'm like, why do you want children who are stuck in poverty to be stuck in poor schools? Why don't you want them having a choice of what school they go to? Like, that seems liberal to me. Why do you want them stuck in poverty? Of course, I just get personally attacked. You know, no one actually even tries to, you know, debate it. And then defunding Planned Parenthood, of course, I'm like, you know,
yeah.
They try to say, oh, Planned Parenthood provides all these other services. It provides medical services.
That lead to an abortion.
And that's what I said. I said, yes, all of those services are the prep procedures for an abortion. Here's a video of one of their executives, former executives, explaining this. Now, of course, all the responses, no one comments on the video. They all go to me. You're an idiot. You're misformed. You don't know what you're talking about. And
well, that's true. You are an idiot. You are misinformed. But she did say that.
Well, and that's what I said. I said, funny how everyone's addressing me for pointing to what the former employee said.
Yeah, we've established me and Jamie are idiots. We established that years ago. We're talking about abortion.
And then, of course, I threw them onto this one. I said, you're saying they're doing so few abortions. I said, if they're doing so few abortions, how is it that some years there are more black kids aborted than born? I said, now, are we ready to talk about Margaret Sanger? The fact that in her publication she praised Hitler? The fact that she gave a speech to the Klan? The fact that, you know, your woman's right is another woman's plan to kill black people?
But she's such a leader for women's rights, Jamie. I mean, surely you can understand that. I mean, as Hillary Clinton said, she's a role model for women.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, as if you're killing black babies, that's what it should be. And of course, then I just get sent memes saying I'm an idiot. No one wants to. They don't want to address it. Like it's.
No, but you are an idiot. We're not debating that. I think you'd put your hand up and call yourself an idiot. I'm an idiot. We're all fucking idiots. We all don't know too much. But what's this got to do with abortion clinics?
I don't know. I guess I'm just warped.
That we're idiots. Have we even ever disputed that? Both me and Jamie are silly gooses. We all know. Right. Have you seen this? Cambridge University students given trigger warnings for Shakespeare play.
No.
Yeah, if you go to a Shakespeare play now at school, they give you trigger warnings saying you may be offended by the content. Yeah. During the Weinstein years, Disney hired child molester to direct film. Did you see that one? So Disney, there's this paedophile that got busted, and then Disney hired them as soon as they were convicted. And then you had, and this is in a Telegraph. This is an old article, but I think it was related. Dozens of Disney workers were arrested over sex with minors in the Florida Disney World. You know, it's people that dress up as Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse. They were fucking kids.
That's ridiculous. I mean, Disney. You know, it's funny though. The scariest movie ever did he. You know his YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, he did a video recently. And shout outs to him. I know he subscribes to the channel. I don't know if he's still watches or not, but shout out to you, man. That video you did about the celebrities. The stuff about Marlon Brando and James Dean being gay lovers. This is all stuff no one knows. That it's. I mean, I know it because I'm interested in the entertainment stuff. But like, he was going through a lot of these sort of celebrity, hidden, these sexual arrangements and stuff that people don't know. One of them was that there was a threesome between, I think, James Dean, Marlon Brando, and Walt Disney.
What a party. Thanks for that image, Jamie. Knife man stabs 8 people in rampage at Polish shopping mall. I didn't follow the story, but when I was, one person died. Oh, this is a good one for you people in the US, because trust me, you can look at Europe, you can look at the UK and go, thank God I'm not there. Sharia's coming to America, guys.
Yeah.
Afghan troops go AWOL in US. So you got some Afghan troops gone missing in the US. So I guess your troops were like training them? 150 of them.
I also saw something, I didn't look into it too much, but I guess there was a big expose on how Israel is also funding and arming ISIS.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, I'm biased because I'm Jewish, but why do you think the settlements in Israel are legal? And I'm using the word legal, I don't want to get into the word legal. I think it is legal, and there's a reason why it's legal. It's because they're being attacked. So if they're being attacked, they can say, right, we have to put military here because we're fucking under attack. So as long as they're under attack, they've got legal right to the West Bank and Gaza. So it would make sense that they would make the enemy attack them, or like a false flag kind of thing, to keep it. Because if they're not being attacked, they've got no legal right to be there. Don't get me wrong, I could be wrong, but I think the legal basis that the UN gives Israel to exist is because they're constantly being attacked. So if you're attacked, you're allowed by law to defend yourself, so therefore you're allowed to put military in that land, and therefore you own that land until they stop attacking you. That makes sense.
Yeah, shit's fucking falling apart.
London is now more dangerous than New York City, crime stats suggest.
Wow. And you guys don't have guns.
No, well, you see, I go kickboxing. That's our Second Amendment. I don't punch them in the face. Yeah, and then in Germany, in Munich, there was a knife attack. 5 injured, and then they were looking for a suspect. Are you ready for the description? This guy could still be on the loose. I'm not sure if they caught him. They're like, be on the lookout in Munich, 5 injured, stabbing spree. Look out for a 40-year-old man on a bicycle. Fuck me. That's the description. Motive unknown. Oh, God. Right, I saved the best till last. We got to do a special tomorrow, a live special, or as soon as it comes out, and that's on Trump's going to release the JFK files.
Yeah, I know. That's going to be.
Yeah, that is.
That's going to be. I'm hoping that there aren't large sections about it that are redacted, but hopefully that will.
I think there might be.
Blow the roof off things.
Yeah, but doesn't that kind of like? Am I looking too much into this? But if Trump doesn't release it, what's going to happen to Trump? If he's sat on that.
If he doesn't release it?
Yeah, won't they kill him to shut him the fuck up?
They might.
Is that why he's releasing it? Because it's like, if I don't release it, there's more chance I'm going to get killed. If I do just release it, then it's released, then there's no point killing
Well, it sort of lets them know they've done it before, or it lets the public know they've done it before. So it is like a good safeguard.
It's a good move, yeah. In recent news, Perfect wants to take 14-year-old girl to Syria to be his wife. So that's all good news. San Francisco startup founder charged with child sex abuse. More than 30 women come forward to accuse director James Toback of sexual harassment. Oh, we've got to wrap up pretty quick. So UK police slammed for propaganda video promoting Islam. So British police have been slammed by the public once they produce a 12-minute video promoting Islam in the UK, saying how great it is. That's our government. They're putting out videos saying how great Islam is and how we should have it in the UK. Miami man converts to Islam and then he goes to attempts to blow up the local shopping mall. Did you see that one? Why am I laughing?
No.
And then with, I think the last thing we got, oh yeah, we had axe-wielding teenager goes on Grand Theft Auto rampage.
Wow.
So just to recap, we've got Grand Theft Auto style rampage in Switzerland. That Switzerland's getting bad too. We've got all these bombs in Sweden. I've told you what's going on in England. We've got all these, 20,000 potential terrorists? 20,000 of them. I just don't know what I'm going to do anymore. This was in our UK papers in The Independent. I think it might have been Paul Joseph Watson that put this together. But in The Independent, you had, when Weinstein was coming up, they had a headline saying, how the teachings of Islam could help us prevent more sexual abuse scandals. And then just a week later, they had Saudi cleric says all women are to blame for rape as a headline. How the teachings of Islam could help us prevent more sexual abuse scandals. You have to bring that up, James.
Yeah, I've been seeing all sorts of stuff like that. And it seems like every other day now someone's getting let off from rape because they didn't know. Now it's going on in Canada too, I guess. And like, I mean, they haven't tried that in America yet, thankfully, but...
Did you ever see the article that came out that Michelle Obama's doctor came out and said that she saw Michelle take a piss like a bloke, like
no,
and went for a piss?
No, I didn't see that.
You've not seen that? Let me fulfill you. I checked it out. I can't tell if it's real or fake, but that doctor exists, and it is the right doctor. Check this out. And then when you start Googling the doctor's name, did you not see Michelle Obama a while ago and her cock was flying around? On Ellen, sorry, she was on the Ellen show, dancing. And then Alex Jones even posted a video recently where she walks out some clinic and she just grabs onto her dick. You can see it like...
This shit, you know, it's back to what I was saying before. It's so amazing to me how liberals fight tooth and nail for all of these policies that hold down minorities, and they just don't see it. Like, especially on an issue like school choice, like, how can you call yourself liberal and be against choice?
Well, I'm not going now. I can answer that, but we're not going to. Putin warns of super soldiers worse than nukes, as super soldiers, as in like robots, would feel no fear or no pain. And I want to watch this film. Chilling Film explores rite of exorcisms as priests drive spirits from people. There's this great documentary about Sicily, in Sicily, where they do all these exorcisms, and how it's just completely on the rise. So I want to watch that. This is one that you shared. You should remember this one. Universe shouldn't exist, can Psychophysius conclude. Wasn't that what you posted?
What was it?
Universe shouldn't exist according to Khan.
Huh?
Fucking hell!
I didn't. I didn't.
I'm blocking. Universe shouldn't.
Oh yeah. The universe shouldn't exist. Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you.
You posted it.
Yeah, I just didn't hear what you said. It all kind of slurred together. I'll tell you. CERN is the biggest fucking money laundering operation. I think. I mean, it's on par with NASA, where they're not doing anything, and they just keep coming out and telling you, we don't know anything about anything, so just give us some more billions. Like,
how dare you?
It's so ridiculous. There's so much, there's an appeal, and it's not just, I mean, I always sucked at science at school, but I don't think my disdain for it is rooted in it on that level. It's rooted in it in I don't understand why people put so much stock in these theories and accept them all as fact and then cling to them.
I used to.
I mean, I used to too. I got into arguments with friends about evolution where we were yelling at each other.
Now. If you can say, well, scientists say, then you're saying, well, my God says.
Yeah.
But I know I'm going round in circles because I'm a bit all over the place. But don't you remember how much shit Trump took for saying that Sweden was going to be a problem for these refugees and how racist they are? Let me go through this. This is 10 days in Sweden. On the 12th of October, a car blew up when the door opened. 13th, the next day, an explosion outside a villa. 17th of October, a bomb damaged a car. 18th of October is when they bombed the police station. 18th of October, a bomb was found underneath a car. 21st of October, a grenade blew up a car. 22nd of October, a bomb thrown into a bar, 1 injured. And where is this on the news? Sweden's a fucking war zone. And now, I'm wrong. Now we've got to 9 explosions in 12 days. They're actually blowing shit up. Oh my God.
I'm reading this article about Michelle Obama standing up and peeing.
Well, yeah, because I wanted to bring that on to the final subject.
I mean, I really, I'll tell you, it makes perfect sense with the way that things have gone. There's a really good video of this guy talking about how Obama destroyed the Democratic Party. And one of the things he says is he was like, he was sold as a centrist, and everyone should have known from his voting record he was a socialist. He said, but you had it where he came out and campaigned against gay marriage, and then 8 years later, if you're not for trans bathrooms, you're a homophobe and need to be boycotted. And it's like, that was a very quick and sharp left turn that the country was not ready for. And you just think, how did all of this tranny hysteria come mainstream? And it's like, it sort of makes perfect sense if Michelle was a man and that sort of ushered it in. How else could it have happened? Obama radicalized every group he got involved with. The LGBTQAI group, Black Lives Matter.
I wish you'd stop. Can we call it LGBTQ whatever IP?
Sure.
Make sure we put a P on the end of that.
Yeah, sure.
Because they're going to start promoting paedophilia.
Yeah. It is. It's going to end up. I mean, if you see the and when it was just about gay marriage, everyone was like, "Oh, it's a slippery slope. This, and that. It's not going to happen." But now you see the way they've done it so aggressively with incorporating all the trans issues. Yeah, it really shows you that they could just be like, "Oh no, pedophiles are with it now too. It's, we need to accept them. Tolerance, or you're a pedophobe." Like, you can see how they could just.
And it's the same thing in here with the Islamic problem.
Yeah.
If I went back in a time machine and it was like September 12th, 2001, and I sat down with you, Jamie, and I said, well, these people that carried out the attack, we're going to end up, making sure that they're protected, and we're going to start promoting their rights. And if you speak out against the people that killed you, we're actually going to put you in the gulag.
Yeah.
And that wasn't that long ago, man. Have you seen this? This is a funny one. Human Ken doll now wants to be Barbie. So this guy, he did all his plastic surgery to look like a Ken doll, and now he wants to have more surgery so he looks like Barbie. So Ben Shapiro commented on it with just the words, "the plot twists."
Yo, let me show you this. I stumbled upon this article and I was looking at the Michelle.
Oh, before you do, quickly, before I forget this one, in France, they're asking, is it okay for these parents to call their baby Jihad? France struggles with a boy named Jihad.
Oh my God, why?
To be able to call their baby whatever they want. It's just a difference of opinion, though, Jamie. Why can't you just accept it? I want to do a special show just on 5G technology, and whether that's going to be like, yeah, I've seen this article before. I've seen those photos before. Yeah, the fake Obama pictures. Yeah, I've seen this.
Oh, you saw the article I sent you?
I saw this on the Alex Jones thing like years ago, maybe 2012. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't.
Alex Jones isn't all bad.
I didn't see that, and it's just funny because they're going through and showing how all these pictures of Obama are all like fake, especially the first one where it's him on the bench. That
yeah, that's really obvious.
Yeah.
Jamie, we've got a problem. We're getting complaints.
Huh?
I'm getting the same complaint about this podcast.
What complaint?
Well, it's like they like listening to it because it's like an hour, 2 hours. They can't be fucked with it. Like, can we just do like 10-minute segments? Is what they're all asking. Just do one subject, do 10 minutes on it, and then leave it at that.
Yeah, I mean, it would just take time to edit it all up.
Yeah, I think it'd be better though. And I think we'll get more views as well. I know it's clickbaiting a bit, but
yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard with the ones where we're kind of bouncing back and forth between topics, or just sort of there's a Islamic thread tying together the whole hour. But yeah, I can figure out a way to chop it all up.
I'm guilty as you. I just go off on complete tangents all the time. A shooting's just taken place in America just now. 2 people shot dead at Louisiana Grambling State University. Suspects on the run. I
see the article you were talking about. Men are taking classes to unlearn toxic masculinity.
Yeah. Stupid, isn't it?
So nuts.
And this is going to be great when Islam just rolls in.
Yeah.
There's going to be no men left to go, oh no, you can't put burqas on people's heads. You can't be raping children. You can't be throwing gays at buildings. Come on. But, like, if I'm the only guy doing it, I mean, look at me, I'm one of the biggest pussies you ever meet.
I'll tell you, you know...
If it's down to me to do it, then that's a problem.
I wanna issue a challenge to our listeners. I had an idea and I can't...
A Fatima.
I can't remember...
Issue a Fatima. We should issue a Fatima every week.
I can't remember what I was going to do it over. I originally got the idea where I was like, you know what? I think I'm good enough with writing and understanding postmodernist word babble. Did you guys see the thing about the intellectual? No, it's not intellectual. I forget the term. There was something about the something penis, and it was basically... Someone wrote this article saying that the male genitalia is just a social construct and like that it doesn't really exist, and they basically trolled a bunch of scientific publications, and all these people published it and reviewed it and were like, oh yeah, the penis isn't even a real thing. We all just agree it exists. And it's like,
You might be able to help me here because I've got a confession to
I was just going to say real quick,
this might help.
I just want a topic. I want someone to give me a topic, and I want to write like a leftist, nonsensical, something that just defies reality, but have it worded so good where it's like, we are deconstructing the colonial patriarchal aspects of the social constructs and the underlying toxic environment set forth by, and just word babble the whole way. I want to see how good I can do it.
We'd be a good team on that. I'll come up with the stupidness because I'm good at stupidness, and you come up with the articulation.
Try to make it sound smart. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want people to give me like stupid objectives for me to try to.
More stupid than you.
For me to try to sell people on.
Yeah, what does... I'm going to sound like such a dick. Can you tell me what postmodernism means? I don't know what it means. Does it mean like where we got to now with philosophy separation, like where we are now? And it's like changing, so we don't have universal principles anymore, that things are sort of like up in the air.
Basically, I mean, it came out of a bunch of French philosophers and sort of came out around the same time as cultural Marxism, and it's basically, the idea that nothing is real, it's all subjective, it's, everything is, and that's why you have all these articles that algebra is white privilege and science is just a social construct, and
that's why we need Common Core, right?
Yeah, and the idea that there is no objective reality, everything is just based on the feelings of people, and it's like
which is what I'm experiencing with my friends when I'm terrified that my friend's a moderate Islamist and is absolutely psychotic, and it's just a difference of opinion.
Yeah.
Like, why are you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God. What are we going to call the video, man?
I don't know.
Goes on an hour rant or something. I don't mean, what is it?
Yeah, we could, or we could just the Islamization of everything. I mean, I really, I know it's dangerous, and it's especially dangerous for you, but I mean, after watching Pamela Geller, I kind of feel like that's where attention needs to be focused. On my end, at least, that's the battle that needs to be fought right now. I think everything else is secondary because even the pedophilia thing, like how we've been saying, I don't think they could outright sell Western nations on pedophilia, but if they import these large voting blocks that it's part of their culture, that will bring it in, and they won't fight it. They'll say you have to accept it. It's a different culture. We don't know anything. The UN passed a thing years ago saying that children have sexual rights. So I mean, there's already a pretext in the law to introduce this. So it's just, I don't know.
Do you want to do a special when the JFK files come out? I mean, should I try and get hold of you? And if you're about, you're about.
Yeah.
If not, I don't know. Is JFK your subject, or do you know much about it?
I mean, I've watched a couple documentaries on it. I know a handful of the different theories and stuff, and it's.
Yeah. Because that's what really woke me up in a way. What I do is I don't know how to do it, so I don't want to come across as a dick. Maybe try and get Sean Stone on it.
Yeah.
But last time I stood him up, so he might just go, last time I turned up, you weren't fucking there. I'll be like, yeah, that did happen. I bet that's the first time it's ever been stood up. That's why I did it.
That's funny. Oh, man. I'm reading...
We need a miracle, Jamie.
Yeah.
Should we wrap it up? She wants to keep it short, but maybe we must have hit an hour now.
Yeah, I gotta make myself some breakfast before work.
No one's going to listen to it this far in, are they? Put in the comments, if you listen to this, write in the comments, I heard this.
I don't know. I think it goes, half and half. There are, there are people who do longer shows like Ben Shapiro, Jordan Peterson, Stefan Molyneux. And then there's also, people who just make it real concise and to the point and stuff. So I think we should have both. It's just a matter of me making the time to edit stuff.
Yeah, you're a busy guy, yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be different if I could get access to your YouTube channel, but we tried that before.
I know.
Can you make me an administrator or something like that?
I don't think you
Maybe
can. I don't know if maybe we should just start up a backup channel. It probably wouldn't be a bad idea anyway.
Nah, keep it all in one place, man.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll have to come up with something. We'll have to get together sometime.
Yeah, just figure out all that stuff.
We just do it off the cuff every time, and it's not bad, but
all right, well, let's wrap up, and we'll talk
Right.
later this week about JFK and all that
still alive.
stuff. Yeah, hopefully,
still
or
alive, yeah.
not arrested for a tweet or something. But
it's gonna happen.
huh?
Right. Well, cheers, man.
Uh,
Appreciate it.
All right, I'll talk to you later, man. Take care.
Right, bye.